everyone. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Food Empowerment Project, and you can help me help them help the animals by donating to our fundraiser here on Twitch, visiting their website, which I've just posted in the chat, or simply by watching my streams and bringing your friends, because I'll be making my own donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. If you enjoyed today's stream, please support my creative work by becoming a Twitch subscriber to remove ads and get cute emotes, joining my Patreon to get illustrated postcards and prints in the mail, or sending me some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to all of these are in my Twitch About section or in the YouTube description if you're watching the recording. Today is Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday and time to resume work on Chibi Harmony the Cat. I have my reference image open. We left off in the middle of coloring with Copic markers, so I've got my Copic marker swatch book ready, and all the markers I used last time are here. I just left them out, tucked them into this little cubby here, so I have those to use and reference as we move forward with this piece. Actually, I will zoom this in more since the chibi is so small. If we're lucky, we'll be able to finish this today. But these chibi caricatures often take me 2 to 3 sessions, so I won't be surprised if it takes a little bit longer. It looks like we are in the middle of putting down the base color for Chibi Harmony. We've got her eyes done, nose, a lot of her fur. It seems like we actually left off on adding the black patches because she's a calico. Well, she was a calico. She has crossed the rainbow bridge, but let's see what color would be good for these black patches of fur. We don't want to use pure black to start with because it's still a lustrous black fur texture. So we've got some lighter colors. I do have this T6. Was that what I was going to use? I don't see where I've used it in the drawing. There's T1 here, obviously. So, did I take this T6 out and not actually use it? Because that seems like a good color to me. T6 is here. It's a good highlight color for the black fur. So, let's just use that. Wow, I need to go back and rewatch the last Chibi Friday stream so I could see what I was thinking. Doesn't really matter though, because I'm going to move forward with it. Yeah, I don't see anywhere where I used this. Okay, so let's start adding her black patches of fur, and then we can start shading. So I was moving this, but what I wanted to move was the reference image. Okay, so almost all the area that's not brown on her tail is black. So I'm going to fill in with this color on her tail. We'll just work from the tail down to her head. We'll work from small to big. So it makes it kind of easy because on the tail, anywhere that is not already colored in with brown should be black. And it gets more and more as we get farther down the tip of the tail too. So we can even add some black on top of the brown in these areas. That's good. Okay, hold on. I'm having a lamp issue again. I have to adjust my lamps so that the cameras don't cast shadows on the drawing, but then also so that I can lean my head forward instead of having to have my head way back so it's not getting hit. Oh, Wolf, thank you so much! Thank you. Wolf just donated $15 to support Food Empowerment Project. Thank you so much. That is, once again, 1.5 times the amount we were trying to raise this month. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, also, I realized I didn't thank you. I don't know if I just missed it during the stream or what, but it gave me a notification that yesterday you resubscribed. It says for 24 months at Tier 1, but it also says you've been subscribed for 22 months, so that's confusing to me. But either way, you resubscribed, so thank you so much for everything this week, Wolf. Goodness. How's it going? Are you having a great day? Are you done with work for the day, enjoying some well-deserved relaxation time, or almost there? Hope you're having the most excellent Friday so far. I am adding this black color using hatching so that I can get some texture, because there's this really straight motion, or the texture of the fur really looks like it goes straight down the back like that. So I'm going to try to capture that with some hatching. Done with work. Nice. Chilling with Ari, playing games. Yeah. Are you playing games with Ari, or are you playing games and Ari is chilling with you? Either of those, I think, could have been described in that way. I was playing with Aoife earlier with the squeaky ball, and it's been so nice. We've been opening all the windows in the house. Then it was super weird because I could hear the squeaky ball through the window just as loud as in the house. Alright, I'm looking at the reference. I think I got all the black patches on her body, so we just need to do her head now. Oh, she's gonna have a great surprise. Yeah, I'm gonna be so excited. I can imagine it. Right now, she's just in chill mode, like everything is all good. Whatever you want to do. And then, what? You want to play Frisbee? Oh! I can imagine it. I can imagine it. Even without actually having met her before. You shared that one video that one time playing in the snow. I remember that. And that was enough that I can sort of imagine maybe what it might be like. Also, I've got Chappie loves to play. Aoife loves to play too, but she kind of got to be in the mood for it. Chappie will play at the drop of a hat. If you want to play, Chappie is up for it. What game were you playing then? Video game? I imagine it would be a video game, but it could be like a one-player card game. Those exist. Harmony here has this black patch of fur around her eye. It makes it look like she's got black eyeliner and long eyelashes, like she's a little anime character. Dyson Sphere Project. Interesting. What's that? I've never heard of that before. It just reminds me of Dyson vacuums. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Oh, you have a couple of one-player board games. Cool. The only one I can think of that I have, I'm pretty sure, is the Fellowship of the Ring card game. I think you can play it one player. You could definitely play it multiplayer, because that's how we've been playing. We've been progressing through. And I like that it's cooperative rather than competitive. Factory building game. Multiple planets to exploit for their resources. Interesting. So you like explore the galaxy or the universe or something and to get stuff, to make stuff? It's just factories to harvest the supplies? Doing the same thing with the hatching here to try to get the direction of her fur and to get the texture of the fur. Goal is to build a Dyson sphere, which is a mega structure surrounding a star. Interesting. Now I wonder which came first, the vacuum company? Did they name themselves after that, some sort of scientific principle? What happens when you build the mega structure? Is this just for building it, just to say that you could? Or is there like some epic thing that happens? I mean, building a structure around a star is epic in and of itself, so if that's all there is, that's plenty. But I can't help but wonder, why? Why would you do that? Why would you encase a star? Honestly, no clue. We're 50 hours in and a lot more to go. Interesting. Well, it must be pretty fun if you're 50 hours in. It does sounds like my kind of game. I feel like I've played those kind of games maybe I feel like web browser games, at least in my life, in the sphere of my experience, they were really popular web browser games when I was like in junior high and high school, and I feel like I've done that before. That kind of thing. Not that exact game, but that kind of thing. And it's like you set it up and then you check in every few hours and you have to harvest. As some plants produce faster and others take longer, and then you can upgrade so that they don't take as long and that kind of thing. Oh, you'd encase a star to use it for energy. Interesting. So maybe the idea is that you can more directly harvest the energy. Instead of solar panels waiting for the light to arrive, you're going straight to the source or something. Instead of cutting out the middleman, maybe it would be cutting out the middle distance. Maybe it works faster too. Maybe it sucks up all of the energy instantly. Well, not instantly, but way faster than letting the star burn itself out over the course of trillions of years or however long it takes. Is it a one-player game, or are you working in concert with other players? That just seems such a monumental task to accomplish on your own. Not saying you couldn't do it. You got this. Alright, Harmony, is that all of your black patches? Oh, there's a little bit more in the ear. It's hard to see because there's the white fur, those protective guard hairs. But there's definitely some black. It's not fur as much as it's the skin itself of the ear is black, partially in this side. Single player. Interesting. What platform are you playing it on? Okay. I have now got all of the base colors down. So we are going to move on to shading. First level of shading, which we'll start with the lightest color, which I think, well, it's hard to choose because there's a lot of really light colors, but we'll start from left to right here in my marker selection, and that will be the whites of the eyes. I used T1, so that makes it easy. We'll just go a step up to T2. Ah, you only play on PC. Oh, that's cool. The Wii itself the Zelda version? Oh, this T1 is also serving for the white of the fur too, so sweet. We've got 2 places we'll be using this. So first, adding a little more depth to the eyes. The birds outside are really energetic right now, making a lot of noise. I don't know if you hear it on the stream or not. Okay. Alright, this side of her face is much more shaded. The light seems to be coming from above her to the right on the image. So the shadows are falling this way. So we'll just go ahead and fill this whole section in with this darker color. Oh, basic one. Oh, wow. Is it Twilight Princess? That is the only Zelda game I've ever finished, Twilight Princess. I loved it. I don't know if I'd call it my favorite Zelda game, though. I loved it, but Breath of the Wild is so fun, even though I haven't finished it. Ooh. Promo disc that came out before Wind Waker. Wow, that seems very, very rare. Wind Waker on GameCube, that was a time in my life when I was working, but I was still in high school, and then I like graduated, but I was still making hardly any money, so I couldn't afford a GameCube. We had a shared family one. Oh, that's cool. So does it have, it's 4 complete Zelda games, like the earlier ones from Nintendo and, or NES and SNES? Or it's Nintendo 64, I guess, too. Could have been. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, we're getting some more depth in here for Harmony's face. Adding shading to the side of her nose. So adding on both sides helps it come forward. Oh, wow. Another copy for $5? Wow. It's probably worth way more now. Okay. Done with first level shading on the fur and the eyes. The white fur and the white of the eyes. Oh, Zelda 1, 2, Majora's Mask. Oh, cool. Wow, that's a good deal. That's a lot of gameplay. So you got that for $5 after you had to give it away? That's a really good deal. For Ocarina of Time alone, that was my first Zelda game. Even though it's so scary, I know we've talked about this before. And it was so scary. I never make it past. Sometimes I never make it past the Forest Temple. But I have never made it past the Shadow Temple. I just can't. Just can't handle it. It's too scary. Okay, so the next color is this really light pink. I have 2 pinks. I'm not sure why. Maybe one was for the nose? Let's see, look, RV10. I'm trying to see what this one, this color. I guess it's right here, and maybe in the ears. And then the R11. Okay, so I think I figured out what I was doing. Oh, you never made it far either. Yeah. Well, I think that as long as you have fun, that's all that really matters when playing a game. Finishing them or getting to a certain point or anything, I don't think that that's the real value of any game. The value of a game of any kind, even just tag or something, is did you have fun? So, yeah, Ocarina of Time. One of my top faves. But Breath of the Wild, I'm so excited for the update, because for the Switch 2 update, because it said they're going to have a map to show you where all the Koroks are. And that's my favorite part of Breath of the Wild, is just going around and trying to find the Koroks. Oh wow, 70, 80 bucks for something you spent $5 on. Wow. Of course, depending on how you feel, the nostalgia values could make it worth even more than that to you personally. Okay, so RV10 is what I used for the pinker part. So there's a more tending to the blue side of pink, and then there's more tending to the yellow side of pink. So for the pinker side, we're using a red violet. Might just be easiest to go ahead and move over to the next marker in line, which is red violet 11. It's a very small part of the picture too, so I don't think we need to worry too much about super precise color matching. No desire to sell. Old Need for Speed games. I've heard of that. I've never played those ones. Those ones, what platform are those on? Need for Speed. I've definitely heard of that. Down here, this is mostly in shadow because it's being overhung by the front jaw, which is, or the front jaw, the upper jaw, which comes out forward from the lower jaw. I think that's all we need for that color. So R11 is the next one. Oh, 360 GameCube. That explains it. I never really played Xbox. My sister had an Xbox when it came out. The first one. And then we had the family GameCube, but that was again around the time of life where I was like, I can't afford anything. So I didn't really play many of the games. That's another thing I'm so excited for Switch 2, because they're going to have Wind Waker just available as long as you have the Nintendo Online subscription, which I do. So I can finally play Wind Waker properly. I played a little bit on the family GameCube, but let's see. There's not an easy next choice for this color. In its row of the colors I have, it jumps over here. That's way too dark. So I could jump to this one. I'm not even showing it properly. I could jump over here from here to here, which is pretty good. Or I could jump here and it's a little bit more toward the violet side. More blue. But I think this one is a better match for what I'm seeing on the reference image. So we'll do this red 02. Red O2, where are you? There it is. Even have these in order. Well, for some reason, occasionally, it's really hard for me to find it. They're in number and grouped. They're grouped by their color group and then in number order. Alrighty. This one goes here. See a little bit on this section too. So coming up from here. And then on the nosy, and this big time on the nosy. She's got an unevenly colored nose. There's really light pink, and then there's this orange patch, which is a little bit asymmetrical. So trying to capture that, because that's what makes this Chibi Harmony rather than any other random cat. E51 is next. That's this really light tan sandy color for her fur. So this makes it really easy because there's this nice line of colors here. So we'll just go E53, make it easy, faster. Who is Harmony? Harmony is the kitty that I'm drawing today. This is for Sarah Quilts. I don't know which one it is representing. Basically, I sent her a birthday Chibi certificate for her birthday last year, and she got her 1-year subscription here on Twitch. So as a thank you, I gave her the option to have another Chibi drawing. So this is one of those, and this is her kitty Harmony, who passed away last year, and was with her so long. I've known Sarah for quite a long time that it feels like Harmony was always with her. She lived to be a nice old lady kitty. And I actually got to meet her once. Aw, cute kitty, yep. She was a cute sweetie. Okay. There's really not that much to add here because this part of her fur is really, really light. Oh, but we do have this little bitty patch of brown. It seems to sort of correspond with the orange patch on her nose too, so we can darken that up a little bit here too. Okay, next her eyes. My favorite part on a chibi. It's the best part. But you got to get everything else in there. You can't just have the eyes. It's not anywhere near as satisfying. It's all thanks to everything else being in there. Okay, green. What did I use? Yellow green 63 is what I used. Wow, another one with a nice, easy next color. Although I do want to compare and make sure. In this reference photo, Harmony's eyes they're really, really sharp and well defined, like the camera focused right on them. So I can see really, really well, not just the color, but the texture. So there's a lot of yellow and a lot of green. So I think I'll be adding more yellow with colored pencil on top. But there is plenty more darker green to be adding. So is this a good color for that? It almost seems a little too dark. But this is too yellow. It's like too vibrant. Not vibrant, rich. Yeah, a little too rich, that color. But of the markers I have, this might still be the best option. The yellow green 67, I mean. These ones seem just as translucent as the color I've already used, so they won't show up very well. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go with the next color in line, yellow green 67. This will be a little bit for shading, but mostly it's actually going to be just because this is the interesting texture of her and color change of her irises. Alright, good. We're almost done with the second round of color. So E35, oh, I'm going the wrong direction. E35, that's this darker brown color for her fur. Oh, Exie is here too. Hello! Yay, thank you so much! Subscribe to Tier 1, 30 months. Wow, thank you so much! I'm so glad you could join me! How's it going, Exie? So glad you could join us today. I keep forgetting when people join or when I become aware. I am working on this Chibi Harmony the Cat today. I'm working on the marker coloring at the moment. I don't remember if I asked how you are. How are you? Hope you're doing great. E35. Okay. Another one with a simple step up. But let me zoom out on the reference and see if it looks like a good step up based on the actual fur color in the photo. Yeah, it seems all right. So we'll just do the next step up, which is E37. Awesome. Always glad to hear you're doing all right. You're welcome. Yes, I'm good too. Thank you. Thank you. This was my first week adding an extra stream to my schedule, trying to get a little bit more illustration time in a week, and so it's worked out quite well. It was actually really exciting on, I think, Tuesday when I realized, oh, I have another stream of illustration, so I can keep working on this tomorrow, because I was getting really close to done with a certain step. So I am feeling even more happy about live streaming than ever, since live streaming time has basically become my visual art creation time. Okay, so interestingly, the fur on her body is darker than these little patches up here. So I am not going to add this color up here except over by the side of her eye, because it's got all of this black fur too. So I'm going to add it there so that it becomes more visible. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep this darker color only on the body. anything fun going on with you, Exie? Have any fun weekend plans? Have you been keeping up with that photo, not photo a day, but photo every 2 weeks, I think you've been taking from that same hill? Is your collection growing? Is your collection growing as the leaves grow on the trees? Okay, next color, toner 6 is what I used for the base color of the black fur, so we'll just go ahead and get toner 7. Oh, nice. Yeah. There are already so many, so if you ever decide that you're done taking photos, it'll be really cool to see what the final collage or GIF or whatever you put it into looks like. If you decide to do that. I'm not trying to make work for you. Oh, every week. Every week. Nice. Hope everything's still going good with therapy too. I always am so happy when it works out for people, because it worked out for me, continues to work out for me. Like, this year has been one of my best years yet, and it started out really rough, and I was like, I need to talk to my counselor. And through talking to her and then doing the work that she helped point me to, I've been able to make things so much better for myself, not just with the issues I brought to her, but it sort of spills over into the rest of your life. It's so much easier to shade the body because it's so small. Now I have to tackle the head, and it's a little bit intimidating. But I can do this. We'll zoom in on the reference. Still using hatching to help create a fur texture and show that direction of the fur. You miss it all week. It's so good to know that you have somewhere when stuff is hard, that you have somewhere that will really help. And that just helps, for me, that helps me get through it. Knowing, okay, this is something I will talk to my counselor about at my next appointment. And it's easier to tolerate until that time comes, because you know you've got someone with the skills to help you. I wish that, and maybe we're reaching that kind of point. We're slowly getting there. I wish that mental health was treated like physical health, where instead of a sort of like ER situation where it's like, okay, I've got to do something, or I'm at a critical point. Instead, it would be great if it was like annual checkups and sort of getting a baseline, and it's because I think everybody can benefit. It's not just for someone with an issue, because you can benefit if, say, someone that you care about passes away, having a counselor to help you through the grief and that transition, because it's not just grief, there's also logistical things that happen. And everybody goes through that, so I always think about that. So nice. But we need to have the support of the sort of health industries. Because right now, a lot of people can't access mental health services. It's too expensive, or it's not included on insurance. It would also make it easier for people to reach out for help because it would just be a normal thing. It wouldn't be stigmatized because it would just be normal and everybody would do it. Just thinking out loud now. I've thought about this kind of thing ever since I finally got the courage to seek mental health help, and it changed my life all for the better. I guess I think if I had been able to get help sooner, things would have been better sooner. So I would like that for other people too. I wish that for other people too. Alright, I don't have to... I'm getting tempted to keep adding layers, but we're just going to bring in a whole nother marker color in a second, so we'll let this be good for the next layer of black fur color. I'm going to take a second to put some chapstick on. Oh, that's better. Okay. So we'll circle back around to the light gray colors. So that was T2. I'm going to consider first whether I actually need to add more. Probably do. So this side of the face is very dark because of the way the light is hitting really hard on this side. So we need to have an equivalent amount of darkness on the other side. So I will get the T3 marker. It's great because we've got just a couple minutes until break time, and this shouldn't take very long, so it feels like it'll be perfect amount of work to fit in these last couple minutes before we go on break. Yeah, the shading on her nose isn't very dark, so we won't add any there. But we will add some more to the eyes to emphasize the shadow cast by the thickness of her upper eyelid. I'm going to start stacking them on top of each other. So many markers out. Alright, let's call it break time. We're seconds ahead of time, but that's okay. So I encourage everyone to also get stretched and refreshed. I'm going to put my be right back sign on, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I am all rejuvenated and ready to get back to work on Chibi Harmony. We left off on the light gray color, so let's pick a darker pink so there's two pinks. There's the more violet pink, and then there's the more yellow pink. Let's see, it's in the reds. It's at the front. So we're doing the more violet pink. I think this is what I used, or was it this one? RV11. So this is the next step. It's a little bit vibrant, but I guess it's not as vibrant as this one. So we could go this direction. It's a little bit more natural color. So actually I think I'm gonna go down. Let's use red violet 34 for the next level of shading. RV 34. There's not very many places I'm gonna put this anyway. Oh, thank you, Exie. Did you have a good break? I don't know what you guys do on break. Probably just hang out. No idea. So mostly I'm going to put this on the inside of her ear, in this innermost area where it's mixing with the black. I will put a tiny bit under this nostril. Yeah, that's good. That's it. That's it for this color. This next one, RO2. Oh, I don't know. Is this a good color? Might actually be. Or is this one? This one darker. Or maybe down here. I don't know, like this one better. Or this one. It's a chow marker, which does feel like a better jump. We're going from RO2. This is a bigger difference in color, I think. So let's get this chow marker out. It's an the code is R22. So I have to get into one of these storage cases. This one. Figure out which one has that. I think it's this rainbow set. I think this is where I have this marker. I love this rainbow set. Look how beautiful that is. It's such a magnificent collection of colors. So let's see if this is, yes, here we go. R22. Let's set this over here in case I want any of the other colors out of it. This one has the brush tip, which I quite like. So use that for more precision marks. And we'll add a little bit into the ear too. But not too much, just a little bit. Ooh, looks good. Next color, it's this light tan. So E53 was what I used. Is the next color in line a good next step? I think what I actually want to do is find a bridging color between what I have here and what's over to the side. So that would be the E35. Or did I just... Let me see. Is this E35? Yeah, I think it is. So actually, I want to pick something that's a little lighter along this line. Let's try E33. So this part of the fur is standing out a little bit too much. So I'm gonna try to bring it in together with the lighter brown fur with a medium color. So this patch on her face is just so much lighter than the stuff on the rest of her body. Probably some of that is to do with it's the area on a cat where the hair is thinner. So that's probably why it's lighter, because we're seeing through to lighter skin underneath the fur. And I don't think we need more shading here on the body and the tail. I think that looks pretty good for the browns. So we'll put that there. Moving on to the eyes. Now I think what we need is just one more step darker to really show the shadow falling down from the upper eyelid. Yellow Green 67 is what I used last. Something darker than that. There's not really anything darker than that on this page, so maybe we'll go to the greens. Where's this olive? This looks pretty good. A real nice, rich, dark color. Let's do that. And it's the most yellow of the yellow greens. Oh, my main camera has stopped responding. Let me fix it. I've figured out how to fix it for the most part. I need to deactivate it and then activate it. I'm like trying to show you the colors and then nothing's actually changing. Okay, that's not working. So wait, oh, it worked. It finally worked. Yay. Okay. The camera is back, so now I can show you. Even though we're on the greens page, this is a very yellow green. This was the yellow greens page. So that means that it should match quite well with these, which were from the yellow greens page. G99. I don't get why my main camera does that. It is a mystery. None of my other cameras do that. Like these small older ones, older, cheaper, not quite as good quality, and yet more reliable. It's so confusing. Okay. I'm going to actually turn this. I just want to add an overhanging shadow. Oh, it's the perfect color. Yay, it's perfect. Overhanging shadow. Yeah, that really adds nice depth. By adding the shadow, it makes the eyelids look like they have dimension. Even though we haven't even depicted the eyelids in a way, they're just being seen straight on, and yet we can do that thanks to the shadow. I wonder if I can bring this down even further because you can't really tell the difference. Oh well. If I hold it up. The camera is now down as far as it goes. Oh, there, now you can see if I hold it up. The shadow on the top of the eye. Okay. So next is the dark brown fur, but I already determined I don't need any further shading there. But we definitely want to take the black fur farther. I'm at T7, but I think I might just go ahead and take it a couple steps over. I could do T9 and then get a true black marker. Yeah, I'll get T9 and then I will get 100, which is called black. There's also 110, which is called special black. I'm not really sure what the difference between black and special black is in the Copic marker line, but I've felt like the special black has a bit more cool tone to it. I'm just looking back and forth between my drawing and the reference image. Looking for the darker patches of black and adding them in. There's a fair amount of decision making having to be done because the patches don't correspond exactly because of the way chibifying the face means making the eyes gigantic, and so it doesn't quite fit in the way it does naturally. So I have to choose, do I show this part? Do I make it smaller? Do I just eliminate it? Maybe I move it around to the side a little bit or something like that. And let's not forget the body. Body definitely, it's interesting. The black is the darkest color, but it also has the biggest range, probably because of that, has the biggest range of contrast. So where this brown color doesn't really feel like it needs more shading, the black does. And scroll on the image and see the tail. Adding little dots to try and show a little bit more variety in the first two. I'm going to say this. Each individual strand of fur is reflecting light or not reflecting light, and so I'm trying to kind of emulate that, but I can't make a mark as thin as a strand of fur, so just doing little dots to suggest it. That's the word I was trying to think of, suggesting that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the fourth color for the black fur. Fourth and final marker color. The areas that should be really, 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 really black. I think maybe I should bring this whole patch down a little bit more. I'm going to go back to the first color. It's not really coming down as far on the face. There, that's better. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to, basically I'm going to finalize the black fur now. I'm going to go back to the second color, so the second lightest color, and add in areas. I'm comparing these lighter patches. So for instance, this one seems like it should be lighter than this one, but right now they look about the same. So I'm going to add in more with the second color just to bring that down in brightness. And the same thing up here. Could use a little bit more. That might have been it. I don't know, maybe a little bit more on the side. Maybe refining the size and shape of this patch as well. There. So the black is all done as far as marker is concerned. We're definitely going to use some, probably white ink. I could use colored pencil, but I think I'll use white ink. That way it'll be more sharp. The edges will be sharper and the contrast will be sharper. So now I'll cycle through the rest of the colors and see if there's anything else I want to do. For instance, I think I'll try to blend this area a little bit more so it's a softer change. I don't know if you hear that, but Chappie is snoring. Ooh, it's hard with this. Lots of markers and they're stacked on each other. The nosy. Maybe I can smooth it a little bit right here. just realized I can add a little bit of the T1 right there under the eye. The only thing I feel like I'd like to try to add with markers at this point is a bit more earthy orange to the nose, because it's too vibrant. I should be tending more toward brown than fruit orange color. So is there a color, maybe a color I've already used or something else in the earth tone section? Let's see, E37 out. That might be too dark. E35, I think I used 2. I think that's this one. Okay, let's try using E35. Awesome! That's what I wanted. To tone it down a little bit. And we can use colored pencils to smooth that transition too. Okay. I think, therefore, we are done. With that, we are done with markers. Hooray! And we still have over half an hour left to work on this. So allow me a moment to put all of these millions of markers away. These go in a different place than my main marker sets. Got that put away. G99, that one here. RB11. Green 67. Which side it goes on? Well, we'll move it if we need to. Toner gray E37. RB34. E33. Okay, this last set, and then, oh, and I can put this away too. Then I'll get my colored pencils out. T9, T6, E35. Yellow, green, 63. Yay, I put these in the right order. E51, R11, T1, and RB10. Sweet. Okay, just need to rearrange my workspace here. So move that drawing over for a second. Open my Prismacolor 120 pencil set. Put it there. And now I can move between 2 pencil trays at a time. And I can just barely keep this chibi on the main camera. Alright, what do I want to do first? Maybe some gray. Or do I just want to use white? My I just want to use white ink. Maybe I'll do a little bit of really light gray. This one looks good. Cool gray. Just to add some texture right here because it's kind of plain looking. There's nothing going on here. Everything else has got marker doing cool texture stuff, but this white patch of fur is only being represented by the white paper. So we'll help give it a little bit of its own character by adding some gray pencil to it. Doing the same thing on the face too. Yeah, this cool gray is actually the perfect match, it seems like. Okay. Well, maybe I'll add a little bit more. There. Next, let's work on the eyes. I've been looking forward to this. I'm going to add in some greenish yellow. This color might be good actually. Yellow chartreuse. Oh, my camera stopped again. What the heck? Why? Camera, come on now. Deactivate. And activate. I notice it so often. When I'm trying to show you a color, then I look over to the screen to make sure that it's in the camera frame. There we go. Seems I have to hit deactivate and activate twice. That's what's worked this time. So I wanted to show you this color. It looks like it's the right color. That's all I wanted to do. Just wanted to share that color with you. Ooh, yes. This is nice. This is a nice color. Man, this looks awesome. Looks awesome. I love doing colored pencils over marker. It's so effective. Next, I'd like something with even more impact for some really popping greens or yellows, whatever I decide. Kind of feels like the best color would actually be this sort of lime green color. What is this called? Oh, what do you know? Chartreuse. We just used yellow chartreuse. Now we're using chartreuse. Sweet. Wow, it does not stand out as much as I thought it would. That's a surprise. It looks so much more vibrant than the other one, but I guess not. All right, what I'm also seeing are some darker patches, very small. Just little pinpricks of darker color, or maybe even shadow. I don't know if this is actually, this could actually be texture and not pigment. What would be a good dark green or dark yellow that would stand out also, that would physically stand out on this drawing, on the colors I already have. Thinking of either doing a really dark green, but that will add some vibrancy. Maybe that's not what we need. Or really dark brown. Could even, my eyes just landed on this interesting purple color. Black grape, it's called. Purple is the opposite of yellow. Let's try it. When you add opposite colors to each other, it creates a really rich, dark color. Ooh, yeah. I think this is the way to go. This looks cool. I'm using it more lightly too to help bring even more texture in. I can't get these marks. Oh, the tip of this is coming out. I can't get these marks exactly how they are in the reference image, but I'm trying to get close. As close as I can. It's like I was saying about the patch of color on her nose earlier. This is what makes Harmony look like Harmony and not a random calico cat. Random unknown calico cat. That's pretty neat. I like it. The only other thing I'm going to try and see if I can get a little bit more yellow to show up in certain patches at the bottom of the eye. Let's see, where's my sharpener? Oh, here it is. I'll sharpen my pencil first. Using my favorite Ratchetta sharpener. It's the best sharpener ever in the whole world because you don't have to keep taking the pencil out, you just ratchet it. Okay. Yay! I'm gonna have to vacuum my floor after this session. All these teeny tiny bits of colored pencil. Yes, this is working. Yay! Sweet. I think that's good for her eyes as far as colored pencil goes. So, what shall we work on next? How about the nosy? The nosy. All I really want to do is sort of smooth out the transition between that more earth tone marker that I chose and that more vibrant orangey marker. Let's see if something like this does the trick. Just want to soften up the edges and help blend them into one another. Yeah, that's good. And I do think it would be nice to lighten up the pink a little bit actually on her upper part of her nose, because it's actually a little more vibrant than it looks in the reference photo. So we'll just mask it some with some white colored pencil. So there'll still be a hint of pink, but it won't be so dramatic. There. That's good. I could work in this ear in that fashion, but I won't because I'm saving that area for ink, and ink doesn't like to flow well over the waxy colored pencil, so I don't want to put any colored pencil in there. So let's move on to the brown fur then. I think it's just the brown fur, then the black fur, then we can do the ink. So we might be able to finish this today. Oh, that would be so exciting. Okay, brown fur. I did still want to try to find a way to yeah, this one is still a little bit too dark, but now that I put some down, I gotta put some everywhere so it doesn't look weird. I need a lighter one. Maybe this, though it's really blunt. I need to sharpen this one too. In there. We want a really nice sharp point. Oh yeah, this is more like it. This is more like it. Yay! Apply some on her back too, where the light's hitting it pretty strongly. Alright, that's good for that. I don't think we need more brown colored pencil either. So time for black. What do I want to do? Do I want to use black colored pencil, or do I want to use gray? Or do I even need colored pencil for the black area? Maybe I just use white ink in the areas where I want to, for instance, bring back her eyebrow whiskers. We'll use some black colored pencil. This is fairly sharp, but I want it sharper. I want a nice sharp tip to get a really thin line. As close to a hair thin line as we can. So this will help add more texture and be a more smooth transition between the different shaded areas. And have more subtle shading overall. Oh, I love it. I love getting this really fine point to add. I'm going to sharpen it again though. Overall, it's still quite sharp, but really, really tiny thin lines. Oh, I need to move my reference image. Okay, I'm ready for my last step in color penciling, which is to add my favorite purple color, which I believe is this one because it's the shortest one. Add it to areas of shadow. I love doing this. It always makes it just pop, the whole image pop. But it's still subtle enough that you don't really notice it at first, but you might notice it if you look at it for a while. So it's sort of a reward for looking long enough. Even put it in the eyes. Oh, just got my 10-minute warning, so that's perfect. I'll still need to do digital cleanup, but I think that means we'll be able to finish this chibi, at least as far as the physical media is concerned, today, since after this, all that's left is adding the little small ink details. All right, excellent. close up my colored pencil tin. Put some of these items away. I'm going to leave my sharpener out so I remember to empty it after the stream, but I'll put this away. And I just need to get my ink out. Do I want to use dip ink or do I want to just use pre-filled pens? Pre-filled pens can be faster. I guess we'll try for faster because the clock is ticking. We've got 8 minutes left. So at hand, I have these 3 sizes available. I'll start small to big, I think. Let's see, this is 05 and this is a 10. So this is 0.4 millimeters. And let's see, where do I want to add such a small detail? Definitely. So probably not any in her body. We don't need any extra special highlights there. But she's got these eyebrow whiskers. We'll try to add those. It might be hard. Might have to add it digitally, actually, because I put all of that. Yep, you can see it doesn't want to write. I put all of that colored pencil there because it's all in shadow and the pen does not want to work on it. So I'll add those digitally. So maybe I'll actually only add a little bit using physical media. We'll add the most gratifying thing, most satisfying thing. Oh, she's coming to life. She's coming to life. As soon as you put those dots in, the chibi comes to life. Seriously. Look at that! She's alive! Chibi! Chibi Harmony! And since it's a chibi, I always like to push it. I'm making it extra cute with some extra dots. I'm gonna try something different this time. I put the dots down here in the iris because I'm actually seeing a lot of light hitting that point in her iris. So that is inspired by life, or at least inspired by the reference photo. And then we're making it extra cute with those additional shinies in there. Oh, but let's put another one on the side. Just a little one. Get it? We just gotta make it extra cute. That's all. Just wanna be extra cute. Oh, her eyes are just like swimming with brilliance. I love adding that. I will never not be super satisfied every time. I don't care that it's my own drawing. I'm so satisfied with it. Okay, anywhere else though, I don't really see a super shininess to her nose. It has more of a velvety texture. Same thing with her lips. Those are 2 areas where maybe a shiny would be appropriate. Oh, inside of the ears, I wanted to add. So we'll see if it'll work. I did put some, especially in this ear. Seems like it's gonna cooperate here though. I put some colored pencil in here too. But it's cooperating here. Yay! We'll just do the other side as well. Now her ears are full of lovely protective guard hairs. See if I can get any more. White hairs here. It feels like some of these hairs are actually white and not just really reflective, shiny. especially here where the white fur becomes the black fur. There's a little transition area. Let me zoom in closer to her face again. And I'm going to use the 05. On this side of her eye, there's a distinct white line on the outside of her eye. Let's get that in there with this pen. Actually, the same thing is going on over here too, so we'll add that. Which just makes her appearance even more unique and distinctive. Okay, where else? Anywhere else? I might add some around here if it wants to cooperate. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Yeah, this pen just won't work for the precision lines I want to create for these three eyebrow whiskers. I'll just have to do those with Photoshop after I scan this. Hey, anywhere else before we call today's stream good? Along here. Yeah, all along these transition points, it's really nice adding the white. Where the white fur becomes black fur. Already got some paper showing through there that works for that. Alright. Yay, I think that's it for the physical media, so I'm just going to sign this. I can never really remember, but I think I've been using the 8 to sign these chibis. So I will do that here. Sign it over here by her tail. And that's perfect timing for the end of this stream. Here is the final look. Close-up look at Chibi Harmony. A thank you for Sarah for all she does to support me and Studio Mikarts. I'm just going to scan it in after this stream while my recording uploads to YouTube, and I'll finish those final little digital bits. And then I'll send it over to Sarah too. Alright everyone, that's it for today's live stream and for this week. Thank you so much for spending all this time with me and everything you do to support Studio Mikarts. Special thank you to Wolf Axe 2 for donating $15 to our fundraiser for Food Empowerment Project. We have now raised $30 in the 2 years that we have been supporting them. Thank you so much. Your generosity makes my stream so much more meaningful. If you're new to my channel and you want to see more, please follow Studio Mikarts on Twitch to get notified next time I go live. You can also support me by becoming a Twitch subscriber to get ad-free viewing and cute emotes, joining my Patreon for lovely illustrated goodies in the mail, or sending some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. All the links are in my Twitch About section and in the YouTube description if you're watching the recording. I will be back next week on Tuesday, same time as usual, working on my onomatopoeia bees illustration. So I hope to see you then. But either way, let me thank you for watching and wish you a wonderful rest of your day.